Michigan urban legends that will keep you up at night. Something is out there. In the woods, on the roads, lurking beneath cold, black water. Some say it's a beast with burning eyes. Others whisper about an omen that curses anyone who sees it. Roads where headlights flicker, bridges where children still scream, doors that shouldn't exist, but do. If you think Michigan is all lakes and lighthouses, these stories will change your mind. Keep the lights on, you'll need them. Michigan Dogman, something's watching. Ever felt like something's watching from the trees? That's not paranoia. That's survival instinct. Deep in Michigan's forests, something big moves on two legs, but it ain't human. Glowing eyes. Claws that could gut a deer in seconds. People call it Dogman. First sighting? 1887. Two lumberjacks saw it standing between the trees, taller than any man, covered in thick fur. Since then, hunters, hikers, even drivers have spotted it, sometimes pacing alongside cars at impossible speeds. Some say it's a hoax, a campfire tale. But tell that to the guy who saw it outside his cabin, its breath fogging up the window. Or the woman whose dog ran into the woods one night and never came back. They say it howls like a man screaming. They also say it only appears in years ending in 7. Maybe that's a coincidence. Maybe it isn't. Nain Rouge, Detroit's red curse. Detroit's got ghosts, but one of them doesn't just haunt. He brings disaster. Small, red-skinned, sharp teeth, a laugh that sounds like breaking glass. He's Nain Rouge, and if you see him, bad luck follows. First warning? 1700s. City founder Antoine Cadillac saw him, ignored the omen, and lost everything. Since then, every time Detroit faces catastrophe, someone swears they saw a hunched little figure grinning from the shadows. The 1805 fire that wiped out Detroit? He was spotted days before. The 1967 riots? Someone saw him scurrying near a burning building. Today, people still claim he lurks in alleys, watching from the edges of streetlights. Detroiters don't take chances. Every year, they march through the city, mocking him, driving him away. Maybe it works, maybe it doesn't. But if you ever see him, better start saying your goodbyes. Melon heads, little monsters in the woods. Take a wrong turn near Saugatuck, end up on a lonely road, and you might see them. Small figures too thin, heads too big, like dolls left out in the rain. They don't talk. They just watch. Legend says they were children once, locked away in an asylum, their skulls swollen by experiments gone wrong. When the place shut down, they escaped into the woods, turning feral. Now, they live in the shadows, creeping closer when the sun goes down. Hikers have heard giggling in the trees. Too high-pitched, too unnatural. Some swear they've seen them dash across the road at night, moving faster than any kid should. Others have found footprints near their cars, small and round, like someone or something was circling them while they weren't looking. You might think it's just a story, but if you ever hear rustling in the brush and tiny voices whispering, don't stop walking. Hell's Bridge, don't look down. A rusty footbridge deep in the woods, lonely, forgotten, just metal and rot stretching over black water. People say if you walk across at night, you'll hear children crying. Back in the 1800s, a preacher named Elias Frisk let a group of kids out here. Said he was protecting them. Said their parents would be back soon. Then, one by one, he drowned them. When the townsfolk came looking, they found Frisk grinning, claiming demons made him do it. They strung him up right there on the bridge. Some say they saw something drag his body into the river. Visitors report cold hands grabbing at their ankles. Whispers that aren't wind. Shadows shifting where no one stands. A few say they've seen Frisk himself, eyes hollow, grinning in the dark. Go ahead, cross it. But if you hear a child's voice behind you, don't turn around. Dewey Lake Monster. Something in the dark. Summer of '64. Something massive moved through the woods near Dewey Lake. People saw it. 10 feet tall, covered in dark fur, eyes glowing like embers. Some called it Bigfoot. Others weren't so sure. One farmer woke up to find his cattle torn apart. Bones snapped, fences crushed. Another man, out fishing, swore he saw something watching him from the trees. Then came the claw marks, deep gashes in tree trunks, too high for any animal. The town sent hunters after it. They found tracks bigger than any bears. They followed the trail, but it just stopped, like whatever made them had vanished. Decades later, people still whisper about it. Campers report hearing heavy footsteps circling their tents. Hikers come back pale, saying they felt something watching. If you're ever near Dewey Lake and the woods go quiet, too quiet, don't wait around. Whatever's out there might still be hungry. Torch Lake Monster. Something's watching from below. Water looks different at night. Darker, deeper, full of things that don't belong. Torch Lake holds something under its glassy surface. Something big. Fishermen whisper about the monster with mismatched eyes. One brown, one blue. Some say it's a giant eel, others a prehistoric beast. Back in the 1960s, a man swore a shadow longer than his boat slithered beneath him. A fisherman cast his line one evening, only for something strong enough to pull his boat sideways to snap it. Swimmers have felt something brush past their legs, something smooth, cold, alive. Could be a big fish, could be something worse. Some locals don't swim after sunset. A few won't even go near the water. Maybe they're superstitious. Maybe they know something you don't. Either way, if you're standing near the lake and see ripples moving toward you, might be a good time to step back. Snake Goddess of Belle Isle. Eyes in the trees. Detroit's Belle Isle is a nice place during the day. Trees, walking trails, great views. But some say a woman lingers there after dark. Watching, waiting, eyes glowing between the branches, movements too fast to be human. Long ago, legend says, a beautiful girl was turned into a white doe to escape unwanted suitors. A spirit surrounded the island with snakes to protect her. Now, when the sun dips low, shadows stretch a little longer. People claim to hear hissing when no snakes are around, feel unseen eyes tracking their steps. Some even swear they've seen her, a pale shape moving through the trees, here 1 second, gone the next. The white deer still show up from time to time. Locals say spotting one brings luck. But if you ever see glowing eyes staring at you from the dark, luck might not be on your side. Lake Michigan Triangle. Ships vanish, so do people. Something wrong happens in this stretch of water. Ships vanish without a trace. Planes drop off radar. Compass needles spin like they've gone insane. Back in 1891, the schooner Thomas Hume set sail across the lake and never came back. In 1950, Northwest Flight 2501 disappeared midair. 58 people lost forever. To this day, no one knows where they went. Boaters have reported lights hovering over the water, strange fog swallowing everything in seconds. Some divers claim to have felt an invisible force tugging them downward. Scientists blame unpredictable weather, but that doesn't explain why experienced captains lose their bearings or why radio signals die without reason. Maybe the lake doesn't like being crossed. Maybe something ancient stirs beneath those cold waves. If you ever find yourself out there drifting and your GPS stops working, turn back while you still can, if the lake lets you. Fairy doors of an arbor. Cute or cursed. Tiny doors, no bigger than a shoebox, appear where they shouldn't. Hidden in walls, tucked under staircases, nestled in trees. People call them fairy doors. Some think they're charming. Others aren't so sure. They started popping up in Arbor in 2005. No warning, no explanation. Leave a gift by one, people say, and maybe the fairies bring you luck. But don't take anything left behind. Some who have tried woke up with scratches on their arms. Objects moved in their homes. Strange whispers in empty rooms. No one knows who places the doors or why they seem to multiply. People find new ones in places no one saw before, as if they just appeared. If you see one, admire it, take a picture. Just don't touch it. No one wants to find out what happens when the wrong door is opened. Hatchet Man Road, don't stop driving. Deep in Michigan's backwoods, a lonely road winds through the trees. No street lights, no houses, just miles of cracked pavement and silence. Locals call it Hatchet Man Road. They don't drive it after dark. Story goes, years ago, a man built a bunker beneath his home, convinced the world was ending. Something snapped in his mind. One night, he took his family underground. They never came out. Some say he killed them. Others say something got to them first. Today, drivers report their cars stalling near the site, radios blaring static before shutting off completely. Some say they've seen a figure in the rearview mirror, a man standing by the road, holding something heavy and sharp. If that happens, don't slow down. If you hear footsteps outside your window at night, lock your doors. Hope he's just passing through.